welcome back for another day. Another day. More Alps, more packages. Welcome. Alrighty. So we're gonna look at a couple things. Alright. To start off, my workspace looks a lot like it did yesterday. Everything's everywhere. All this Alp stuff is broken down next to me, and I'm just kind of waiting. The black Alp stuff that I was breaking down and cleaning yesterday, gonna just like wait another day just to get all the moisture out of everything. On top of that, I'm also waiting on a package for tomorrow, which is a spoiler. It's gonna be more switches that I'm gonna try to see if I can Frankenstein with some of these parts that are out. So just kind of like a lot going on there. So yeah, we're gonna like leave all that for now and then possibly try to come back to it tomorrow if possible. In the meantime, we'll see how long that this stream goes. A big motivator for this is that I have a bunch of packages again still. Like the packages keep rolling on in. So if anybody's interested in redeeming the open a package rewards, we're gonna have at least, I think we're gonna have 5 of them for today. So we can open all these up. And I'm really quite excited to see some of them. Okay. With that said, then the couple of items that I do have on this list are still Alps related. Until that point that we do open this all up. And so we're gonna take a look at these. So let's push this out of the way. These right here are Green Alps, SKCL Green Alps with pine housings, as far as I understand. They look like they're agnostic on each side. You can put either side in and reconstruct in that way. We also have here some of these housings. I put in these like small switch tubs. This is what kind of go along with it. Now, the goal here is we want to try and figure out what it takes to lube some of this. So let's go back and pull this up. Give me a second here. It was, I think, in the Keep Me Up channel, or Keep Me Up Discord, and there was some information on where and how to lube with RO59 and Niogel 760G. So it looks like this is the photo that we're looking for. So let's take a look. See if we can figure this out. So there's I'm peeking at that, and it appears that you only just lube top housings. You don't actually lube bottom housings, which I think makes sense because there's like very little contact that gets made. It just goes like that, huh? Yeah, there's basically no contact that gets made. Alright, so it's just like essentially these bottoms and these rails. And so we have some RO59, which is really weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's very strange. We're just gonna go and try it out. Give me a second. You may want to change the title here. I've had kind of the same title theme for some time. So I'm also trying to figure out, do I need something do I need something here to protect the desk mat? I guess I can go and grab literally anything else. I can grab a piece of anything. Foam, plastic. I grab my mat. Could be anything. See what we can get here. Alrighty. So really, it would be all of these guys. This R059, which I think is just like they're supposed to shake well. That's what it says. It's very liquidy. It looks like those yogurt drinks. I'm gonna go grab. I think what scares me here is that it's so liquidy. It's just like I can't. I'm trying to be real careful and not making sure that this doesn't just like tip over. Kind of wished I had like another little container to throw this in. But I don't. The next thing up is what to do actually with this when you're done. And so I think what Epsi had advised me previously was to just use a spray lube. But here this is like supposed to be a dry. I'm just too scared of this. Here, just like tipping over. Trying to see. Is there any video on lubing? This looks like a video, a sound video. But no one who's actually taken a video of lubing alps switches. Unfortunately. That I can see at least. Well, will I be the first to actually go and do it? Let's find out. But I do recall, so going back to it, what I do recall is that Epsi had this advice, this suggestion here that when you do use a spray lube, yo, Chris, what's going on? Been a little bit. Yeah, it's been a little bit. That's my bad. I gotta keep better touch on my end. Chris, I hope you're doing well. We are trying to figure out how to lubricate some of these plastic parts and what I do with it when I'm done with it, because I've never done it on this particular type. So I'm like, do I stand it up? What do I do? Not certain. Trying to see if I can find some videos. How you been? What you been up to? Alright. Yes, man, I'm doing well. Thanks, Sam. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You vaxxed up? Let me see if I can go figure something out here. New tattoo, just saw the bandage. Oh no, it's not a new tattoo. It's laser removal of the very first tattoo I got So um, you can see that, like, I mean, both sides, they're supposed to be symmetric. There, I had a tattoo underneath here from before, so it's like partially covered up, but now I'm just trying to get rid of the negative, the parts under the negative space. So that's what we got going on. Let me go grab like a little piece of something, some cardboard or something. It's kind of what I've heard to use. Give me a second, everybody. Something like cardboard. I don't have just like some cardboard sheets, do I? Oh wow, I have 8 packages. Wait, you removed the square? Yeah, we're trying to. Turns out when you try to remove dark black work, it's gonna take several sessions. Several. So this will be a while. I actually had I had 2 sessions in 2018, another session early 2020 before like all the lockdowns. And what else? I also had this one just last Wednesday. I think it was last Wednesday. And it's still like super dark. Like, I mean, like you can see that it's trying to get its facelift, but it's like I'm gonna need at least like 4 more sessions at least. All right, give me a second while we figure this out. Backed up, that's good, that's good. Real good. Alright, we're good. We're good on this. Okay. So I'm trying this out here. Let's see if we can figure that out. This is just a piece of cardboard. This is... I had a recommendation to kind of do something like this, but I'm making it way more complicated for myself. So let's try this out. Damn, bro, crazy. Yeah. You got any tattoos yet? Yo, Moon Operator, what's going on? Today we are trying to take some of Epsy's advice on how to lube Alps, but not all of it. Not quite. So the idea is... You know me, talk a lot about talking, but a little show for it. Yeah, I'm doing good, Moon. I got my buddy Chris here in chat. I'm worried about this sticking too much, but alright, we'll just go for it. Okay, I'm very scared here. This is a very thin lubricant, so if I knock this over, I'm fucked. I guess you just go with a thin layer. I mean, I don't know what else to say that you could possibly do here. Just thin layer all around. I'm inadvertently touching my fingers with the brush, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just eventually have to touch it another way when I set it down here. Okay. So there's application number 1 out of like 80. And the thing is, once I get through all 80 of these, I'm gonna have to do this again 2 more times. Because I think you need multiple layers for R059 to like actually work and do what you want it to do. Never done this before. I'm kind of thinking that it might be more appropriate if I use some tweezers or something. I wonder if like a jewel grabber does me any good. At all. Sounds monotonous. Does it have to dry and set? Yeah, I think that's the whole point of it. And I also have no clue how much drying there really is. Shit. Or like how much I'm supposed to even apply in the first place. That isn't judgment, monotony is life. Try to keep things interesting. Switch lubing. Yeah, that's kind of how switch lubing really is. Alright. So, this jewel grabber. I have it on here. Now what do I do? The answer is I have no idea. This is, as I understand, this is what Epsi does, but I may be using too strong of a double-sided tape. I'm worried that adhesive is gonna adhere onto the top of the plastic there. So I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit worried. Bro, I'm bummed that you removed your original tattoo. That's square though. I mean, how do I put it? I can understand being bummed about it. I think I look at it a couple ways. I don't regret getting it. For the fact that like, hey, this is what it was, and this is what I wanted when I was 25. On the other hand, I regret it because it's become like a little bit of an awkward hindrance on basically the tattoo that has sort of encroached all of my body here now. In a way that's like not preferred. But you know, it's like it's like things are always changeable. Hey, Steven! Thank you for the package opening. Let's get that out. I'm gonna do this one right here. Steven, I did notice that you changed your username, and I'm not gonna lie, I love it. Thank you guys for redeeming all these package openings. Also, Steven, thank you. You have a new name. Oh, we got all the package openings? Nice. Alright, all 5 packages have been redeemed today. Very good. Very good. Did you change it everywhere on every platform, Steven? Alright. I'm gonna close this up because again, like I've been mentioning, it's a very thin lube. And I'm really quite scared of getting everywhere. Alright, we got some good ass shit here, guys. Oh man, you guys don't understand how good this stuff is today. Alright, what we got? What is this? Let me see if I could quickly figure this out because I don't remember what this one was. Honestly, I don't remember. We're gonna have to open it. Alright. Bring over all 5 of these packages. We're gonna save 3 packages for tomorrow's perspective stream. Yo, I'm excited. All right, all right, all right. We're gonna work our way up here. Number one, we got here some Hako FM 204 filter pipe assemblies. These guys is a little foam at the end, a little metal catcher. You suck in the solder, it sticks in, gets all dirty. What are packages? These are actually like my mail packages. Like I order a bunch of stuff. Like I order stuff all the time and I just spend all my money. But what happens is the packages, they come in and then like I'll wait until I stream to open them. Just cause, I don't know, it's fun content. You guys get to live vicariously through my poor spending habits. Yeah, you redeem my channel points, which I call rank meter cracks. Rolly, I love box. Rolly, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you being here. Congratulations, Rolly, on your successful subathon. I popped in for little bits of it here and there. All right. Next up, I'm trying to be careful and not showing my my address here. Done that far too many a time. Wait, you are the only channel I watch. Moon and his milk tea. Alright, let's see if we can pull this out. Alright, this one. Can I give you packages? Sure. I mean, if you would very much like to, I don't mind. I don't mind getting stuff. All right. Luckily, we got the stems sitting on some double-sided tape on top of that piece of cardboard, so we're gonna be good there. All right. And I'm still not gonna show this. There's still a little too much information on the top of this box. Alright guys, package number 2. Moon's still working on the milk tea. For anyone who's wondering, the uninitiated, Moon explained this story. I think he's explained the story a million times, so I'll try my best. Moon has fallen in love with some, what appears to be like an instant milk tea. And he's just bought a ton of it, and he's convinced a bunch of other people to buy it. He found out that elsewhere, like in the US, where the same product is being sold, there's actually like a lead and cadmium warning on the same product, but it's not out there in Canada. All right, package number 2. We got 2 of these gray desk mats. So I bought 2. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty decent. Wait. Okay, I bought 2 of these. I bought them because I know that Ada wanted one. But I also bought them too quickly before I realized that they actually came in different colors, but I ended up buying the same color twice. So one for me, one for Ada. I wish that I got 2 different colors, but oops. I guess we'll just match. 2? Are you guys really that perplexed by 2? Is everyone really surprised by the fact that I got 2? It's one for me and one for her. I don't think that that's so crazy, is it? 2 with that shipping. The shipping was not preferable, but you do what you gotta do. Should have gotten 3. 2 things too quickly. Did you get them on a Tuesday? Ooh. I may have. I don't know. I keep these around for too long. Alrighty. Number 3. Alright, package number 3, guys. Let's take a look at what we got here. Very excited. We got some big ticket items. Got some big ticket items for the next 3, the final 3. Figure out how to open this. Am I crazy? I feel like I'm gonna tear this. I do not understand the construction of this box. Ah, it's the other way. I'm an idiot. Nintendo Switch OLED. That guy doesn't even come out for a while. Steven, did you end up getting one? I actually didn't get it. Alright, check this out, everybody. What you got here? I don't know if y'all seen this before. Turn this up just a tiny bit. HB60. Whew. Ooh. I did not, but I want to only if you do. Ooh. Let's take a look at this guy. I was like super excited about this for like a bunch of different reasons here. So this is a Honeyboard HB60. So take a look here if y'all are interested. Let me pull up the link for y'all in case y'all wanted to see it. This is the one I got. Pasting it in. So this is a what is it exactly? So the Honeyboard. It's a 6061 aluminum. Oh, this is like, there's no opening for this. You have to actually cut this open. This is an aluminum keyboard Cerakoted, and what's interesting is that like, I've seen just like in terms of this combination, it's like it's not super crazy or super different, but it's just I haven't seen this particular combination of here's a board, it's made of aluminum, it's Cerakoted. And also, given that it's all of these things above, it's also a sandwich mount, which I don't think, I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily like sandwich mounts specifically that much, but like I've just never seen this combination, just had to go and get it. So what's really cool about this too is that you guys could probably see here, but like the design is like a honeycomb. So it's like just straight through the plate. You can see the bottom. Yeah, it is sandwich mounted. Yeah, it's straight through. You can see the honeycomb design at the very bottom. So it's like, I'm guessing that sound must bounce off of that pretty funny. The bottom, there's also this like cool little honeycomb design here as well. What also you can notice is that you can see the like the sandwich mount. And I think it's just done. I think it's done in a very clean looking way. So you can see there, it's like you got this. Like the plate just sits in right through there, and it just comes in like as this really nice stripe. I'm not gonna lie, man. I gotta say, like I love this like teal. It's like this, what do they call it, Aztec blue. I think it's fantastic. Looks like there might be, I don't know if that's a little bit of Cerakote damage on the left side. I'm not sure if I'm rubbing it off or not. I think that's just some dirt, because I just rubbed it off. That honeycomb pattern is pretty crazy. Yeah. Yeah, the machining is really cool on this. Yeah, the design is like super sick. It's just it's very like just everything about it is just very very novel. like like looks like a UCLA blue. Oh, is that what it looks like? Uh, to my naked eye here, I think possibly my camera's color balance just might not be so perfect, but to my eye, it's a teal, and I love to actually see this in the daylight just to get a little bit of a better, a better picture here. But I can, like, I'm now looking at my screen, and he's like, I can picture how it looks, kind of like that UCLA blue. Yeah, it's a cool little thing here, and so I'm excited. We're gonna work on this. We're gonna work on this at some point. More details to come, but yeah. So that is package number 3. So glad you guys can see. So also just another thing here too is it's got that like standard cutout for the standard 60% PCBs. So yeah. All right. 2 more packages. Let me sort of spoil. I'm gonna spoil it just a little bit. Is there like an iridescence effect in the Cerakote? Oh, there isn't. It's a pretty just plain, ceramic coat. I don't know if it looked iridescent there, but yeah, it's chill. It's a chill effect. All right. Now I want to send you packages. Chris, I would appreciate anything you would want to send me. Believe me, I love waiting to stream to open these packages. Okay, so my next 2 packages are related to each other. So let me spoil it here. They came from the same place, and it was actually one order, but there was so much that there was 2 packages. So let's spoil it. There's no shipping label on here, so I'm not doxing myself, but just so you guys know, this is what we've got. Yep. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Not that long. It's not that long, really. Just a little longer than others because I had a pretty full-fledged order, and there was some longer wait times. Oh moon, oh moon. I'm gonna send you like Pokemon cards over. Hey man, I appreciate that. Hey, there's a lot of folks like in the keyboard hobby who are super into Pokemon cards. I mean, of course I was when I was younger, but I haven't super recently. Thoughts on the new Kara colors? It's interesting. I feel like in terms of like the new additions to that lineup, I feel like it feels very like the other injection molded keyboards. Like it's like trying to follow up with like the Portico and the NK65 and whatever else is out there. It feels very close to that. And it's like, I guess that's just the offering they want to give, but it's like, I like the R1 lineup better, the R1 colors. All right, let's see what we got here. Steven's asking, what is a Kara? Oh, you will see once I figure out how to safely slide out some of this stuff here. Give me a second. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just trying to look. I see an address here, so I can't really show this right away. I'm trying to figure out everything that's inside of here. Aha. Part of me is like, I wish I opened the first one first. Like the other one first. Right. So here we go. This is the first part here. This is the first package inside of the 4th package. There was actually 2 parts. So this is Mr. Keyboard. I don't know. Got the Kara. We got a bunch of designs here. The suspense. Yeah, the address on the side. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to be a little careful there. Alright. Cool design. Alright, if y'all are so curious. We got Azure. Just pull this on out here. What a perfect box. Alright, so this is like the mute mount. And here it is. We got Azure. So let's take a look at this real quick, because this is like the kind of translucent injection molding that's like very Game Boy Color like. So it's like supposed to be like kind of like the cheap option for a somewhat nice keyboard. But what's cool here is that let's compare it to this other guy we just caught. What y'all think about these colors? They're not that close to each other, granted, but it's just like I love just like this whole side of the color spectrum, just like the teals, your nice Windows 95 teals that made everyone want to throw up in the 90s. It's just I love it. It was like an N64 awesome controller, yeah. So. There we go. So this looks like the quote unquote mute mount or whatever. And the actual Kara case. Looks like it came with a cool little assembly manual. I would imagine it's pretty straightforward, but you know, they include it, so there must be some going on. Yeah, we'll go and find out more. Okay, so that was the first part of package 4. The second part of package 4, I can put this away. Damn. Somehow, with all this added desk space that I got myself recently, I'm still running out of it. Kind of has an IKEA aesthetic to it. It's really clean. Yeah, I've wanted like keyboards in this color. It's teal. For those of you who don't know, teal is my third favorite color. So, Kara Sequence 2 is out. What? Shun88, welcome. You can never really have enough desk space. It's true. Are these Bluetooth? No, they're not. These are going to be in USB-C, so you can just kind of see there's a little opening for it. Yeah, Kara Sequence 2. It's interesting because it's like, how do I put it? I wasn't necessarily expecting it, but I'm not surprised. It was just funny that like we literally, I think, got an email like a day or two ago saying that like everything has been shipped out for Kara. And then the next day it's like Kara Sequence 2 is now live. All right. So, inside of box number 2 in package 4, seems planned, yeah. We got a bunch of the extras just sitting in here. So, one at a time. We'll go from the bottom because these are all the other extras. Very, very bottom. We got what appears to be the ice plate and the PCB, as well as a purple, you know, translucent injection molded back plate. So this guy right here, just the very back of it, is replaceable. Now, do I want to put this, like, you know, the Game Boy Color purple onto the Azure translucent? I'm not sure. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Frank, welcome. Ramakara, that's right. Just like Botanical Shun. It's crazy. They couldn't release it until they shipped to R1. That has to be it, yeah. Alright, since it's all out here, it's like I won't make you guys wait. We'll look at the other little extras because, you know, package 5 is very related, but this is where all the extras sort of lie here. We got this, what is this? I don't know what color this is, but this is the Rama switch puller in what looks like a cream or soya color. Let's see if it... Should we just tear it open? Let's just tear it open. It's not like I'm not going to use it. Yep, this looks like some kind of soya. I don't know, this is like a Cerakote or something. This is a switch puller in the cream colorway, the soya. Got here, it looks like some, I don't know, I think these are feet. These are feet for the Kara. What else we got here? What the? Oh, it included another switch puller. It's almost like I didn't need to buy this at all. Oops. Shouldn't have bought it. I now have 2. I wonder if I get a... I'm not going to spoil the next one. So it looks like we got some cables, some Allen wrenches, or whatever this is. This might be Torx wrenches. Some screws, so all just the extras needed. Guess you can give away the extra ones. True. What we got here? Ooh, I'm excited about this guy. Let's open this up. Hey, we got the little aluminum Rama tray in black. Very cool. Very cool. And finally, is that magnetic? I don't know. I don't think this is magnetic. I think this is just like a rubber foot, but I think magnets will stick onto it or can stick onto magnets. I'm trying to find, I think there's something, there's got to be some on here. I can't really tell. Drop a screw in it. Let's see. I don't think I have any screws lying around other than this little package I'd have to open. Doesn't look like it. Just kind of rolls around. Does not appear to be magnetic. A half bite of cereal. Pretty small bowl. Alright guys, we have one more little thing as part of package 4, box 2 of 2. Let's take a look at this. I'm pretty damn excited about this. Check this out. Woo! Woo! Nemo, this is not Nemo. This is, how the hell you open this? Is it already open? This looks pretty locked in now. I do not understand how to operate this. Oh, is it screw? Like, is it a whole screw? Ah. It is a screw. Guys, this is a, was it the collab? The Rama 120 film holder. Let's check this out. Let's go grab some 120 film. We just gotta check it out, right? Oof. Been trying to buy more 120 film recently. I gotta shoot more of it. I mean, that's like a first big problem. I am headed out. Hey Chris, thank you so much for dropping by. Appreciate you, as always. You're gonna hang soon, I guarantee it. I remember seeing this on the side. I was like, yeah, I wonder if Chris has this. Well, I ordered it with the Kara, so it only just shipped now. Yeah, Chris, good night. Appreciate it again. Let's see. I don't think this will fit. like still in plastic packaging or whatever this material is. So we open this up and just drop that right in. Sick. All right, let's see how it compares. I have one of those, I think it's JCH. Do I have it? Now I don't know if I actually have it. One of these JCH, like the plastic ones, it's like 10-15 bucks. Let's just see by comparison. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy or something. Was that it over there? I think this is it. Yep. Looks like an alternative flask. All right, this is a JCH Japan Camera Hunter. I feel like I gotta turn the ISO way up so y'all can actually see what I'm doing. I need to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, so this is the Alu 4 what was it, 4-roll Mighty Killers. That's the collab name. Mighty Killers Rama 120 film holder for 4 rolls. This is a plastic. It's just like I don't know. It's been like 15 bucks. I wish that this actually worked in this way. Anything is a flask if you want it to be. All right. So you grab another Portra 160. Let's just open this guy up here. Stick that. I'm gonna stick it right in the middle. And just close that up. Now I gotta say, the Mighty Killers Rama aluminum film holder is a lot heavier. I don't know if that was any big surprise to anybody, but it is. Also, I gotta say, while it does make sense you want to keep this all together, that's like, it's a pretty tight, long process to open this up. So this is really, like, I gotta be totally honest here. Really just a novelty to have this. In terms of practicality, I wouldn't say that it's very, very high. In comparison to like just a simple plastic one. You pull this off, I mean, you're good to go. But it is cool. I mean, if you're kind of into that sort of, I don't know, that mindset of everyday carry, or you know, you just like having really high quality stuff. I mean, this is definitely like one of the cooler things. Also, Frank, separately, just wondering if you follow it all, but there's this company, Negative Supply. They do very high end, like specifically like DSLR film scanning setup equipment. And I don't know if you've ever followed that before, but that's kind of all the equipment I use when I do the film scanning stuff. But I just got a newsletter, like a newsletter update today, saying they're starting up another Kickstarter for like these very high quality, fucking expensive. There's like these very high quality, like it's kind of like hobbyist keyboard level quality light meters. Like they're doing like aluminum and like brass light meters. I don't know if you have any interest. I imagine these things to be like super heavy. And they're like pretty expensive. I don't know how good of a quality a light meter you can actually make, especially at the price points they're going at. But I'm guessing that like all that money must be going towards like the actual machining and the actual material. So it's interesting. Check that out. There's a Kickstarter. If you just Google, I mean, I could just look for it. I was looking at it earlier. We're going to get to package number 5, but I want to look at this. There's a light meter Kickstarter that just went out like today. And like, I'm kind of interested because it's like, I get what negative supply is doing. Like after all of this, it's like they're trying to make not just stuff that's like useful and like in my opinion fun to use, but they're trying to hit this sort of this market of like, yeah, we want some like high quality shit, you know? Which I can understand. There's other people out there who hate that. They actually hate that because of the artistry behind photography. So looks like it's already hit its goal. And I'm not sure of what is still available in terms of you know, all of this stuff here. Looks like there's no limit to the lowest option, the 379 LM1 black aluminum light meter. There's no limit to the I guess anodized version either. I realize I could just look at this with you guys here. Looks great, I just don't need it. Yeah. Okay, so like I was pointing out here for anybody who can see it. So 379 retail would be 479. Of course, they just make things like, you know, they'll raise prices and all that. 89 backers. It doesn't look like there's any limit. Skip that because it's like it's just the early bird stage. 10 backers on the aluminum anodized one. So this would be 429 or 529 for retail if you don't hit that. And then finally is this finally? Oh, actually there's two more here. So the second to last one was black brass, and there's 23 backers. So this is limited. There's only 100 of these available. So this is 600. You just jumped like a couple hundred just to get this in brass. And then finally, is that it? No, I guess that might be it. Actually, that is it. So the gloss black is the final one. This is just the non-early bird version. So you'd be saving 150 by getting in on this guy. So what does light meter do? Do you dial in your shutter speed, ISO, f settings, and it tells you your exposure? Yeah, that's pretty much what it. Look, I haven't. I'll be honest in saying I haven't actually used any separate light meter. It's like I usually meter through the camera of the cameras I have that have meters in them. I think all of them do. I've also was hearing from Part-Time Fun. He sometimes comes on. He sometimes does you know, film photography streams, and also he does like photography streams for his work. He just talks about how like he just uses like a cheap, like you can get a cheap app like off the iPhone or iOS app store, and like phone-based light meters are pretty reliable. So if you want to spend $5, you can avoid doing all this. But I love this. Like I love that, like, okay, this is really ridiculous in the same way that like keyboards are ridiculous. But I can also recognize that, like, you know, there's this historical artistry behind photography that makes like that people get pissed off by things like this, where it's kind of just like a sort of, you know, high-end silly sort of business venture here that's doing this. Whereas like I don't necessarily know that, like, there's kind of the same thing with keyboards, I guess. So it's kind of just like the gatekeepy aspect of it. I don't know. So I guess like if you're using an app, you might as well use the camera on your phone. Yeah, exactly. And I mean, this look like you're looking at this picture. It does say that this is pocket sized. So you're then now just looking at, okay, aside from you know, the appreciation of the design that their negative supply is putting into this, it's like what you're left to wonder is, okay, how good is the tech for the light meter in here? Like, is the tech in here, like, again, like, I don't know what goes into light metering. Maybe it's crazy simple, but like if there's any chance here that this is unreliable, then I mean this is all kind of a moot point. You might as well just use your phone. But I love to see. I love to kind of like find out, right? It's not that simple. Yeah, and so Frank, like with that said, it's that like, well, what if this isn't as good as, you know, the $200 options out there? What was it? I forget what it was called. Whatever, like the recommended choice on B&H, like, you know, there's that company that makes all those light meters. Like what if it doesn't beat Seaconic, you know? Well, here it is. What if it doesn't beat Seaconic, or what if it doesn't beat the $5 app on your phone? I feel like then in that case you'll kind of have an issue, right? It's not that simple, especially since they have white balance meter too, and I don't think that has flash trigger built in. Exactly, yeah, so we'll see. I mean, like, it's, again, the whole thing is interesting. I mean, like, the whole point of this is, like, you're trying to get something that I guess in a way here is nice and beautiful, but in terms of actual use, it's the same thing of, like, the film holder mechanism I used for film scanning is nice. I like it. I think it's well designed, and I think it functions very well. But a lot of people, like, will probably find things that they might see as better, more useful. We'll see. I don't like that it is rechargeable battery. Ooh. I wonder if they mentioned the sensors they're using. Let's see. Did I paste this in already? I did. I pasted it above. Okay. Third stop adjustments for ISO, aperture, shutter speed. Druaz, welcome. Welcome. Also shouts out, to whoever re-upped their sub, because I don't see a notification for it. Thank you. Moon or Steven. Appreciate it. One of you guys. I just saw it down below in the ticker. One of you guys is the more recent sub. This is what they said, and I don't like it. The electronic meters currently on the market are bulky plastic and don't live up to the look and feel of the cameras we've all grown to love. We decided it was time to change that. It's almost like they only made their own version because of the looks instead of performance. It's true. Yeah, like, I don't know what to say. It's true. That's kind of what I think they've done here. Yeah. And let's also face it, there are people who are like that, right? It's like Andy, my buddy Andy, like, he himself is like, I bag on him all the time, but he's just like, yeah, I don't want to get a camera if it's an ugly camera. Like, there's no way I'm getting like a was it the Olympus Mewtwo? I think that thing is ugly. I think the Yashica, you know, T series is super ugly. I mean, it's like, he's like ridiculous. But some people are just like that. Like, I mean, it's like in the same way, there's got to be a lot of people out there, I guess, in the keyboard hobby or in any hobby who are just like, yeah, if it looks like this, I'm not going to get it, you know? It's true. Like, Negative Supply is doing that here. Color temperature sensor. Filmmakers rejoice. Measuring the temperature of ambient light is now easier and more affordable. Photographers can also take advantage of this sensor when using daylight film with non-daylight illumination to confirm consistent color temperature with onset lighting. Yeah. Not gonna lie, I'm very much influenced on looks, even if it is something not as aesthetic, functions better. I mean, look at me. Like, it's like, I think this looks cool. I think this looks and functions, both looks and functions better than other layout keyboards. Like, give me this over my own KMac LE any day. I mean, like... Alright, 2 weeks of use. USB-C charges 2 hours. Backlight display. Why introduce a new light meter? Yeah, this is the thing that Frank hates here. Stretch goals. Okay, so there's still extra stuff that they could consider putting into it. Built-in shutter speed testing. Test shutter speeds on your vintage camera or large format lenses to ensure accurate exposures. What does that mean? I'm now curious here, because these combination of this combination of words here has me a little bit confused. What? How does this work? Yeah, wonder if it's sound. I don't know. Filter factor calculator. This feature will calculate exposure compensation for various black and white contrast, color correction, and neutral density filter. I mean, okay, so right here, this is the thing that probably of these three makes the most sense as to something that Frank here has said. Flash trigger built in. Yeah, flash metering. I mean, this'll in some way kind of cover that. In a way. You put the light meter behind the lens where the film gets exposed, then it counts the time while it sees the light. Oh, okay, got it. I see. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Interesting. All right. No, other 300, 500 actually has radio. Oh, I see. Yeah, no, this is not going to hit it. This is, yeah. That's not going to hit that for what it is. Any rewards here? Minimal light meter case design, complimentary companion. I mean, this like at some point you realize, like, I mean, yeah, this is real goofy. But it's like, you know, it's kind of one of those things. It's like, yeah, I definitely don't need this, but this is like a cool thing. This is a cool thing. They've already hit their goal, so it's just, it ends up being a Kickstarter. I mean, it's just a long ass group buy. Most people in the hobby of photography also like looks at things. Yeah, especially like in this like social media age, for sure. All my cameras have light meter. Not sure if I need that. Yeah, same here. Same here. Yeah. I've never used like a separated light meter. I've always just meant to, because like I just know that it's gonna give me something a little different in terms of, you know, what it is I gonna get with it. So I want to get one. I've always meant to get one. I don't know if this is the one I want necessarily. I think it's like, there's part of me that's like, I love the negative supply equipment I already have, but another part of me is like, oh man, I don't know if I want to just keep giving them money. Because there's one of the things that I feel like went too far was like, they were charging like $20 for like a pack of 6 screws or something like that, just because they like put like a custom like knurled top on the screw, and I'm like, that's a little too far. It's a little too far for me. Let me take a look. Let's find that. We'll find this. Give me a second. $30. $30 for some M4 screws. That's some bullshit. I mean, it's like, what can I say here? Like, I cannot find a screw that exactly has this. But no one needs exactly this. Like, I found some other knurled screws that fit the bill. Like, you know, you don't need the hex opening, and you don't need this specific pattern of a knurled top. I don't think anyone needs this specifically. This is more just like, oh yeah, you're trying to like support their business. Like at that point, that's what this is, so that they can keep supplying stuff like this. This I thought was ridiculous, but one of the things that kind of, I'm not gonna lie, one thing that bothered me a bit more was this guy. How do I put this? It's like, it bothered me, but like it makes more sense. It's just that like, what sucked is that like I bought the MK1, like the V1 of this. Literally, like it arrived in my possession like 2 days before they just put this up on the site. And I think that bothered me a little bit because it's like, for anyone who's adopting, you know, like such a niche product, and you know, from a vendor like this, it's like, little recourse, I guess, for like helping those who help them. That was kind of just a little bit of a bummer to me. It's not like I can just go and exchange this, you know. But I don't know. I mean, I think that logically that's like less of an issue than Frank's issue with the $30 screws. Yeah. Look, I love Negative Supply. I love what they offer me. I mean, they offer me something that I lost for a bit, which is, you know, really like my enjoyment. Props to them for taking advantage of some people. Like what they look in terms of all of the other like more real stuff is they provided me with an enjoyment that I couldn't have gotten, I think, from being able to digitize my film versus all of the other ways that I've tried, which was one, taking it somewhere, two, other mechanisms for DSLR film scanning, or three, flatbed scanning. I never went and did anything like otherwise. I never went to drum scanners or anything. So it's just like, I mean, this is like my fourth way of doing this thus far, and I enjoy this. I enjoy this more than all of the other options that I've done. Is it worth it? It's worth it to me because of the amount of money I put on my enjoyment. Have I recouped the costs? No, not yet. And it's going to be a very, very long time before I do. But I know I'll get there at some point because I'm going to keep shooting, you know. All right. Continuing along. I'm going to get back to it, but I'm happy to continue talking as I open package 5 of 5 of the night, which is also still from our good friends at RamaWorks. So if anybody's still out there from earlier who might not have seen this stuff, I know Chris dropped a little bit. Steven may or may not still be out there, as we were just talking about all of this. Let's pull this out, yeah? Alrighty. Take a look. We got another one, guys. Kara number 2. So, Mr. Keyboard Man, the nice little office here and the 2 pets. I mean, like, I gotta say here, of course you did HHKV. All right, you know what? It's like, just let me real quick say this. This piece of art has got to be like some kind of vanity project, right? Because it's like this artwork here, it's like, who has this? Like a big ass office, a nice little speaker setup, a dog, a cat, and like a whole ass fish aquarium. What is this? Is that a 3D printer right there? Got some cameras up there. You got that nice view of the city. No mouse pad. You're right. You're right. But I like how he is using a what appears to be a Kara on there. All this effort and they didn't draw a mouse pad. All right. Back on the other side, you see like the rest of the cubicles. Like yeah, this is Mr. CEO with his three pets in here, or more. I guess there's 6 because he has 3 more fish in there. And this is like the rest of the open space office. No one gets to bring in their pets. No one has their own 3D printers. No one's allowed drawers, or I guess there are drawers in there, but no one's allowed anything else on their desks. All right, let's check it out. What did we get, guys? What did we get? Y'all want to see? Let's turn this down a little bit. Back to where we were. Boom. Soya. Let's check it out. So I was thinking personally. Oh, there we go. Got that nice soya. We got the soya translucent back plate right there. I was personally thinking of putting the purple, that purple back plate on the, you know, soya Kara. Is that supposed to be backwards? Rama works. So yeah, there it is. What? Okay, I gotta just real quick, guys. I gotta, because I have to ask here. Is I'm looking for a place to get boxes like this. These clamshell boxes with essentially no sides down here. You got the locking tabs up here in the front, and it just goes right up over. And I've gone to a couple places where I can get boxes this size, but not specifically this type of box design. And I'm just like, where do you go to get these? I need more of these. I need these for all of my HHKB layout keyboards. All right. Finally. Chubies is a package engineer. He made his own. Oh. Shit. All right, I gotta hit up Chubies. How many boxes? How many do I need? So I've gone to like 2 different like custom, or not really custom, but like places where you can get boxes. And so like I just have like 2 different 30 packs of boxes that are just slightly not sufficient for what I want them for. So I'm trying to figure out how to burn through them. One of them I think is technically worse than the other. Like, how do I put it? Like, I think it would have been perfect, except that like the perforations for when you try to like build them on your own, like the perforations aren't like strong enough. So it's like they end up just being really shitty. So I want to show you that real quick before. This is box number 2 of 2 of the very last package. We're going to open that in just a little bit. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So this is a finished version of this box. Like, this thing just pops out. It just wasn't perfect enough when I was folding it, because I guess the perforations didn't, like, they weren't, I don't think, good enough for me to like just do it with my bare hands. So I mean, like, look, I blew this, you know. I misread or miscalculated where that perforation was because it was like too light. It wasn't perforated enough. This is like by far like one of the worst ones, where it's just like I did not bend this at all in the right place. Just like what was interesting was that this site that you could get these from, it's like you could punch in all the dimensions you want and then they'll just spit something out for you. They sent this over within a couple weeks, and then like it's just like the idea behind what they wanted to allow you to do was like novel, but execution wasn't so great, at least from like, you know, maybe it's a user error, but like maybe they should accommodate for user errors, like problems like the ones that I would introduce, you know. I don't know. It's ridiculous, I know. All right, final box. Let's open this up. Redazon, accommodate for self. Welcome. Appreciate you being here. Let's take a look. We got here the I forget the model number, but this is the internal dampener. If anybody wants to see it. Turns out you don't even have to rip this, because this is all, I don't even know why I've been ripping them. This is like a nice little, I don't know, silicone mold for, I guess, dampening sound. I'll be honest, I don't know why I bought it. I typically don't really like the I don't really like dampening my boards, but I think I was just like so excited for like a what was then a available to purchase group buy board. Packaging's so nice, I got it when I realized I didn't have to really I've been ripping all the stuff I've been receiving from Rama, and it's just like so pointless. Alright, let's take a look. Hey, we got another puller. Again, I didn't need to buy that first one. I now have 3 when I only wanted 1. Alright, we got the PCB as expected. And then finally, there's a better way to dampen a board. Run it under the sink. Let's take a look at this guy. This one was the, I think the thing that was a big point of contention as to why it took so long for me to get this. Is the new ROM puller actually any good? I opened it. I haven't actually used it yet because I don't have anything to pull off at the moment. I mean, I guess I could do it on this board right in front of me. We could do that right after. But anyways, let's open up this last guy. Package 1 inside of box 2 out of 2 inside of package 5 out of 5. Yeah, firmer and the X and O aren't in a spot where they could be a weak spot. Oh, let's take a look. Oh, I think so. Drew, as they make white color pullers now, this looks like a, I don't know, Cerakote. I don't know what this is. Moon, you can let me know if you've already looked at this. I don't have it pulled up, but I think it's like soya. I think it's meant to like match the board or the boards that they've been doing. Let's check it out. I feel like that's somewhat of a match. Soya. The yellow X and O one, it was on the tip. Oh. All right, let's take a look. Oh my goodness. This thing is heavy. I got the Wuke one and I haven't looked back, but I also forgot. You get one with every ramen board, so you buy one. Yeah, silly me. Why did I do that? This thing is crazy. Holy smokes. This is heavy. And also there is a lot of paper. This is a heavy ass weight. Color me surprised. I definitely am. Brass weight. Is this brass? I know it's just like it's an internal weight. This paper ridiculous. I know. Alright. I'm not building this tonight, just so you guys know. I'm not building it tonight, so I'm just gonna put it away. So I just opened this. I'm not at all making the folding at nice. Yeah. Ugh. Are both cars for you? They are / were. I don't know. I think at some point I realized I was buying so many keyboards that I'm just like, I don't know why I bought 2 Karas in retrospect. So I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of it in some capacity. I may. We'll see. Yeah, I can't even close this right now. I shouldn't have done this. This is goofy, man. One for use and one for display. So here's my situation. Just so, I mean, you guys want a sneak peek or whatever. I don't think this is much of a sneak peek of anything, but Moon operator, let's see what you're gonna say. I realized a while ago. You don't have to put a keyboard in a keyboard case, can cut a custom plate and make a cool panel. A cool panel. I gotta figure out what you mean by that exactly, I think. Okay, this is like slightly more manageable. like kind of not really. Yeah. Like a DIY Stream Deck, put a screen in there, knobs, etc. Ah. So like kind of like the idea of like a through-hole keyboard, maybe? But like just like in maybe a way that's even broader than that. Is that what you're kind of saying? Alright. Let us, oh my gosh. Let's kind of try as best we can to, this wasn't even the right box for it. Oh man, this is crazy. Now, like, let's say you got a Game Boy, for example. Excuse me. It was in here. Got more feet in there as well. You're gonna make a plate for it to mount to an internal electronics inside it. That's true. And now your keyboard case is a Game Boy case. Not the best example. Huh. I think basically the idea is you can kind of just do anything. I think that's what you're saying. You could do any, like the thing that, you know, I'd seen it like a little bit before as kind of previewed by like certain, I don't know, certain avenues, certain things, but like Teja's been plugging it recently. But that keyboard by Perry, where he just extended the top like crazy so he could put some photos of his favorite K-pop group. It's like you could do anything. But yeah, it's like if taking it a little further, Moon Operator's thing is like you could put like within just some kind of anything, like a keyboard or just like some kind of, you could do a bent plate case, anything, but you can like have a keyboard in there while meanwhile having cutouts for Game Boy buttons and speaker holes and a screen. Like you could literally do anything. Fancy picture frame. All right. Thus concludes all of the package openings. Appreciate you guys bearing with me for what was probably like an hour of opening 5 packages. Of course, we did make a huge aside in talking about negative supply. But yes, back to our regularly scheduled programming. What we were working on here. Get all this out. Oh my god. Oh, this is such a nightmare. I was already running out of keyboard space in my pantry. And now it's like I got everything literally everywhere. It's awful. It's like Unbox Therapy, but every video is not an ad. It's like Unbox Therapy, except like I'm gonna be more stressed by figuring out how to reorganize this in my apartment. That's what we got going on. All right, where are my tweezers? They're around here somewhere. There they are. Okay, so as we were, that's what second kitchens are for, right? It seems like that V2 Ramapolar only comes in white. Yeah, or this Soya. Alright, so we're back to the R059, which again freaks me out like crazy because it's so thin and liquidy that like if I knock this over, I am fucked. I'm gonna have a very, very slippery desk. Putting more keyboards in when your main kitchen is overflowed with keys, yeah. It's crazy. That's pretty much the situation I am now in. Alright, so essentially we gotta just brush this on like 80 more times. And then that'll conclude the first day of R059 stem lubing. And then we'll have 2 more days of this. And I might not stream this. I don't know. I'll see. I have no idea if I'm applying enough. Yeah, we'll do the 80 here, and then I guess we have to do 80 top housings. So I think that this is the way I want to go. We'll use these curved tweezers to hold this. And we're kind of holding this in sort of like an upside down fashion so that it'll be easier to mount this to the double-sided tape, which I am worried is too adhesive, but I guess we'll find out when we do. I think maybe I'll do what I just did there, which is not put the entire top of the stem onto the double-sided tape, but maybe just like the edge. Just something like that right there. It's like a good enough amount of adhesive. What are you lubing the Alps with? I'm lubing it with R059. Or I don't know if that's what people call R059. Ever since I first heard about R059 in like 2013, I've always just assumed that that's how you pronounce it. So feel free to correct me if you know it to be different as fact. I remember hearing about R059, like people were talking, oh yeah, R059 is like, this was like on Geek Hack in 2013. Yeah, this is what like all the Korean people are using. They're using R059, it's really hard to get in the States. Did you hear about the original Alps lube being found? Which is it? I know that people have talked about using Niogel, but I did not get Niogel. I saw a thread on Death Story about it. Ooh. If only a jewel grabber made more sense. Maybe it does. I'm gonna try a jewel grabber one more time. Some lube made by 3Bond discontinued. Oh. This is my first time ever lubing Alps. I've always used my Alps unlubed. I've always been disturbed or just like nervous about trying to lube Alps. All right, let's try this. Let's try this. Can we use the jewel grabber like this? Can we use it on the little prongy thing on the inside? Does not seem super possible. The successor to it apparently is the model number TB2581P. Huh. That's crazy. Yeah, this doesn't hold as well as I would have wanted it to. So one issue is that like I can try using the jewel grabber on the top, but it's not easy like that. Jesus. Also, that thing freaks me out. All right. People have had success with Niogel apparently. Do people like it more than RO59? RO59? Is it only a single application? Do people hate RO59? I just really wanted an excuse to get RO59, but then now it's like I have to actually use it. I've always wanted an excuse to get this, just because I heard about it from so long ago. I don't know, I'm pretty sure for all those lubes it's a single coat. Don't know if people prefer it to RO59. Yeah. I'm gonna try to take off some of this first one. Oh, that ain't good. I think that this double-sided tape is too powerful. Hold up. Let's figure this out. Wait, can I use this guy? Alright, there's no residue, so that's good, but it's just really hard. You know what you can do? Get a weaker double-sided tape. Finger lube them super easily like that. Finger lube. This tape is too powerful. This tape is like a jelly glue. Speedrun lubing. No, you know, Epsie's whole thing was that, like, his suggestion was using a double-sided tape, presumably not this one, first of all. But his suggestion was to use double-sided tape in this fashion, and then spray lube it. Spray lube it with a dry lubricant. God, this is absurd. Trying to like put as little as possible in here because it's just like, I guess, too much. Oh my God. Jacob August 1. Thank you for the follow. Trying our hand at these Alps lubing adventures. But welcome to the stream. Take a look at that thread, Juros, when you have an opportunity. It's always interesting to hear about Alps. Like, I don't know how to put it. Like, I am aware that I am making myself out to be like a big Alps enthusiast by doing all these Alps related streams. I like Alps. I wouldn't say that I'm like super crazy about it. It just happens to be that I stream it a lot. I think I need to come rob you and steal your shirt. I think that too. I'm glad we're on the same page. I don't think there's anything special about my shirt. Has my shirt become rare? Don't worry, you've got 18 hours. I'm from Australia. All right. Thank you for the heads up about the head start I could get. Appreciate it. I need a weaker double-sided tape. I got a situation, just a separate situation. I gotta go pick up some stuff tomorrow from FedEx. Just trying to get something printed. And at the last second, I thought, oh man, maybe I should have got printed at like a Staples or something because I need to go buy. Shit. I need to go buy some X-Acto blades. I haven't had some X-Acto blades in a little while. Lo and behold, I actually ended up finding one single new X-Acto blade, just like tucked away under a pile of rubber bands. I know how stupid that sounds. It's just like, why is it under a pile of rubber bands, and how did I perfectly find it, and why do I need exactly one? I know, it's ridiculous. But now I'm also recognizing, shit, I need some weaker double-sided tape than this. Because this is too much. This double-sided tape's ridiculous. I'm barely tapping it at the end, and it's like hard to remove. It's like, maybe, you know what I'll maybe do is like, if I'm trying to like remove it tomorrow, it's like I might need some heat. Just blow a little heat at it to pull it off. I'm also wondering, it's like, I'll be honest, I've never dealt with a dry lube. So Druas or anybody, I don't know if you dealt with dry lube. So it's like, at what point can I like touch this? Like, am I supposed to like when I pick it off tomorrow, like, am I supposed to still be using like tweezers or pliers or whatever it is I decide to use? Or can I just like pull these off with my fingers and then like continue to just like do this, but like at least have the first step of picking off all of the stems? Honestly, have no idea. I haven't used dry lube either. Like, how does dry lube work? Like, if I touch this in 24 hours, is it okay? If I touch this in 1 minute, is it okay? It's like, I have no clue. Like, could I do my second coat once I finish like these, you know, all 80 of these or whatever? That's what I'm curious about. If anybody has the secrets or the details, let me know. This moon operator, this is RO59. I think it should be fine. From what I see, RO59 dries and bonds to plastic pretty well. Jacob August 1. I love an intro. Jacob, Jacob, this is a little much info. Not that like I don't appreciate it or enjoy it. I just think that it's a little bit of revealing information about yourself. But Very nice to meet you. Congratulations on becoming an uncle. Okay, so it dries and bonds to plastic pretty well, so I don't think you'll smudge it that badly. Okay. Oh, so there's gonna be a lot of these. Also, what are the advantages of a dry lubricant? Like how, what's gonna happen? It's like at the end of the day, this stuff gets on here, it dries out, and then only just like the actual particles that can be smooth, I guess, have in some way adhered to this plastic, right? Like, does it go away over time? Like, is this something where it's just like, oh, I might need to re-lube this later? In the MSDS sheets, it says 30 minutes to dry in a hot room. Ah, okay, so it's not hot here. I wonder if hot is just like subjective. You put it in an oven? Interesting. I imagine I should possibly not put this cardboard in an oven. But okay, that's interesting because it's like, okay, there's some way here that you can allow this to dry. And I mean, you can see me, it's like I still have a lot left, so this is gonna take me a long while. I'm hoping that I can finish this in like an hour, just a first pass. But say that you were in something that was relatively hot, or could put this in something that was hot. Is that like, you could get through basically lubing all of this in a singular session. And that I didn't know, because I thought you'd had to wait like a day in between. Hair dryer from a distance. That might make more sense. Okay, so like, what's your option then if you don't have heat? Like, could you replace heat with more time? Is that how dry lubricants work? Room temp 24 hours? Okay, okay. So yeah, I'd rather that be the case. Granted, what's gonna suck is that if I want to do it right, 24 hours from when all this is done is going to be at the time that's like the end of my stream instead of the time that I started stream. I'm not going to be available for stream on Wednesday. Ah, shit. It's my goal to stream tomorrow, but I'll have to see. Dip in RO59 for 2 seconds to 3 minutes to apply it. So am I doing something completely wrong here? Like, should I instead be pouring this out instead of brushing it on? Do done something really ridiculous here? Like, is this the wrong move? That's what it seems, but I've never used it. Huh. I've never seen anyone lube with RO59 on video / live before. So it's like, I mean, that's true. I could very well be doing the wrong thing. And this is what's so goofy. Like, I recognize totally. Is that, like, I have no clue what I'm doing. So if... So first of all, I don't know anything that I'm doing. But, you know, this plan, Moon, is you're describing makes sense. Because this is like a... Let me close this. Like, I'm brushing on something that's very wet. Because this is a tall, like, tube here of RO59 that's just straight up... Like, it looks like, you know, that, like, Yakult, that Asian yogurt drink. And it's just liquidy. I don't know if you guys can see that big old bubble that I'm just, like, moving around. So it's like... I don't know that brushing makes sense if I should just be dunking this in. But I'm gonna also guess that it's probably like drippy, right? Like what do you do next after? Like you dunk all of, or like say, like should I just pour it all into this right here? Like I have this little container. This was from a little Costco creme brulee glass container. That I'm repurposing for parts just to use as like a bigger version of this tray that I just got today. But in any case, my question is, you dunk this all in. You mix the RO59 with water. So this right here is already that mix, as I understand. This is from Ringer Keys. I guess they distribute RO59. It says that it's ready to use formulation. So that's as I understand it. Also, okay, it expires next year, next June. Is normally a bit viscous. So, okay, so say that you have something, you just dunk all of this in, or like I just pour this all over or whatever. It's like, then what? Like, I lift it out. Like I lift out all these things that all drip everywhere. And then, like, what do? Do I put it on a piece of cardboard with double-sided tape? Do I put it on a paper towel and then the towel just soaks up all this RO59? Apply thinly with a fine brush to a clean, open mechanical key switch. Allow bonding agent to dry overnight. Additional layers to continue improve switch. Okay. So, Moon, thank you for that. I guess the key is I just didn't read Ringer Keys. Thank you for doing that for me. I appreciate it. All right. Cool. Thank you. Apply thinly with a fine brush. That's funny because I don't think I'm doing that. I think I'm applying too much. But we're doing it because why not? It's like, what's they gonna do? Like the lube police gonna come in? Like I think that's a funny thing too. Is like whenever you see someone do something wrong, it's like obviously if someone breaks something, it's like it's not fun for anybody. I don't think. But if I'm over lubing, it's like what's gonna happen? You're gonna throw me in jail? I wonder how this stuff was originally applied on Keytronic keyboards. RO59 TMKT was designed for Keytronic originally. Oh. I'm also then curious, like, again, maybe I do this overnight or I wait a full 24 hours. Can I just like pull them off or bat them all off with my fingers off of this what appears to be some kind of double-sided tape gluey gooey substance. I wonder. Also, really randomly, I love how these Harris Heller hip-hop stream beats are just like, you can just totally tell they're like very sometimes inspired but not exactly, just like other popular beats. Like this is straight up just Mask Off, but safe to use on streams. What was it? Earlier there was like a version of Drake, Non-Stop by Drake or something. Notice that. You're like, hey, this is familiar. I just realized I like touched my face and I've been like lubing. I don't know how much lube I've possibly touched. So if I get sick tomorrow, we can point to one of many causes. This among the stress of having to reorganize my entire apartment. Guys, skincare routine. Frank. I don't know if Frank is still here. Frank, if you're listening, let me know if you're listening. I got a question for you. Crytox R59 DBZ mask. Yeesh. Yeah, and then smothering your face in fluorosolvent to dissolve all that Crytox. I've talked about this here and there before. First time I ever had access to Crytox was there was a Geek Hack group buy where it was like the first real big exposure to Crytox in North American keyboards. And so this group buy where it was just being distributed, they put in just like a whole page printout of just like information, details on what to do, and just information about Crytox. And one of the little tidbits on it was like actually really funny. It was like it said something like it said something like there are 6 solvents for Crytox, for this specific mixture of Crytox. There's 6 of them. 5 of them are carcinogenic. The 6th one is possibly carcinogenic. So as soon as you put Crytox on something, you'll never get it fully out. Like if you're any normal person. Yeah, maybe using Crytox on keyboard should come out. So Crytox itself is not as bad as its solvents. Oh shoot, I did the wrong side. I think that's the key. It's just that like your ability to remove Crytox is really not there. But your ability to put Crytox, I mean, it's I guess fine. Those two are very close together. It's technically food safe, the 20X and 10X line. It is? I didn't know that. I had no idea. I knew that the Victorinox oil was, but I didn't know about 20X and 10X. That's crazy. I remember when I was small, I found my dad's caulking gun. I was spraying it out and molding it like Play-Doh. Uh-oh. Krellbits spread a 205G 0. Oh my gosh, that's crazy. I feel like that's a little bit unsafe. I don't know. I feel like, but I'm not certain. That's gonna stick on your hand forever? Well, Moon, the question is it still there? Use paint thinner? Ah. Okay, so you actually did a little bit for it. So it's not gonna stick to your hand forever. The lies that our parents tell us. Why do you think I type at 10 words per minute? I was telling this story to Ada yesterday, I think. I remember when I was like a little kid, I grew up in Southern California. My parents, I mean, I feel like I can say this. My parents, big gamblers. I mean, gambling addiction level gamblers. So, we would take these road trips to Vegas a lot. It's a 4-hour drive from where we were. We live pretty inland in Southern California, so a nice little 4-hour drive there. I remember, like, I must have been like somewhere between the ages of like 5 and 8. And it was like, you know, these somewhat long-ish trips. You take little breaks, rest stops, whatever. And I remember that at one point during a rest stop, I was just like, you know, bored, tired, whatever. And I put my feet up on like the dashboard, like against the glass. I'm a little kid. I could put my feet up against the glass. And my mom scolds me. She goes, "Don't do that." I'm like, 5 to 8-year-old me is just like, what, why? Are we gonna get in trouble? Like, are you gonna get a ticket? Or are you gonna get arrested? And mom's like, yeah. And like ever since that point, like I always just had this like subconscious like fear of just like putting my feet up in a car, not because it'll dirty anything, but just because like I get in trouble. Like that lasted such a long time, and I still have an aversion. I still have an aversion to doing it. Popo doesn't want you giving free feet content. Yep. Alright, I want to check that out. I see that, Druiz. I want to watch that real quick. Are we allowed to watch this? I did not know that that's what Krellbit looked like. Is he still alive?
Hey. 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 It's tasteless. Or rather, oh, nope. Nope, there it is. Oh, ugh. It's like, oh, God.
possibly suffering brain damage. Is that how he got all mean? I don't know. Or was he always like that? Shouts out to Krelbit though. He once sent me the wrong kitting for Sandstorm. He sent me space bars instead of the sort of like the 40s ortho like Alice and all that kit. And so I hit him up. I said like, hey, I think you might have sent me the wrong kit. And he's like, oh, all right, let me go and figure something out. It's like, okay, I got your kit. Can you send the space bars back? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I sent the space bars back. Um, and he sends me the 40s ortho, the Alice kit, and I got the tracking for it, and I'm watching it, and I guess it was delivered one morning, and I was just like, okay, I think I got some packages coming in throughout the day, so I'll go down like at the end of the day and just like get all of them. But it turns out there was someone who like stole my package. In that time, I reached out to my building management because it came in the morning. Just someone during the day must have just like picked it off. Someone who might have been delivering DoorDash to someone else. Um, you know, Uber Eats or whatever in the building. It's just like it's fucked. And then I told him, I was just like, hey man, like I appreciate everything, but I just want to let you know it's like I didn't actually get it because I think someone stole it. Um, and like I just wanted to let him know because like I'm not expecting anything. Like I know like it's my fault for not getting it earlier. Obviously, it's the fault of the thief, but it's my fault for not getting it earlier. Just being a little bit better, more diligent about it. Um, and I knew he couldn't do anything for me, and he told me he couldn't do anything for me because he goes, yeah, that was actually like my last like my personal 40s ortho Alice kit. So it's just like I just wanted to send it off and make it right for you, but I might have sent off your original one to someone else, but want to make it right for you. So he sent his to me, and then it got stolen. Now neither of us have it. Which just sucks. All right, so I now have like a long uh, oval shape, like a pickle shape of stems, but I still have many more left over here. So I'm just kind of like, do I put another one of these like way too adhesive pieces of tape and then like just still going off the edge? The person who stole it was probably like, the fuck is this too? I'm gonna do it. Let's just use another. For anyone curious, this is a roll of. It's not even double-sided. I don't think it's double-sided tape. This literally came with how do I explain it? What are these called? These like cable routing manager things. So it's just like you put your cables in, then like it just kind of like hides the cables on your walls and shelves and stuff like that. And this is just like what you use to adhere it if you don't want to like drill and use screws. So just literally just came with one of these. I don't know what it is. This is, yeah, it's what it is. What the fuck is this shit? Pieces of plastic. Fuck this shit. Like, what do people expect when they steal packages? I know, right? I know. I once had the only other time I had a package stolen was right when I moved in. But what was crazy is that like the whole package wasn't stolen. Only one of the items from the package was actually stolen. If swallowed, do not induce vomiting and get medical chance to rinse mouth early. Interesting. Let's see. As much shit people give Krelbit, he is responsible for bringing grade 0 Crytox into the NA keyboard market. Yeah, I mean, he's a good guy. I think just in terms of his store and his Discord and everything, he might just come off a little rough around the edges, but he's a nice guy in my experience. He's doing what's right. But yeah, the first time I ever had a package stolen was like around the time I moved in. I bought adhesive felt furniture feet. It was one thing in my package, and a what was it? It was just a lock. It was one of those like higher quality locks that are just really hard to pick. I forget what they're called. I'm using it for my little storage space in the basement. So this package is just like it's an envelope, and it made it to my building. And at some point, someone opened it, ripped it up, and then took the lock. But someone must have like looked at it and then just like left the felt feet in there. So I still have the felt feet, but I had to buy another lock. It's like a $30 lock. It's like all right. It's like, so this is stupid. I mean, also technically, I didn't pay for the second lock. Amazon just like comped it. Ironic, you got a lock to lock your stuff, but the lock got stolen. And then the stuff that like, is with it, the things that, the other personal items is just so stupid that no one wanted to take it. I know. It's very dumb. How ironic. Alright. 2 hours into stream. We haven't done all of this at all. We're maybe like halfway-ish through all of the stems, and then we still haven't done the housing. Granted, I did take an hour opening packages. This is why I get all my stuff shipped to a PO box, also for privacy reasons too. I mean, it's such a good idea, for sure, but how do I put it? I live in a very, very high traffic place, which breeds a couple things here. One is I'm very, very lucky to have the post office across the street. I live in this kind of a very, very, city area. But with that said, it's like getting a PO box at that post office across the street is like several hundred, like a month. Especially if you want something sized for bigger items like all these keyboards and all these packages I have. Actually, yeah. I mean, I don't know that I necessarily want to dox it, so it's like we could probably it's look upable. In Canada, they offer PO boxes for free. Yeah, and then like on top of that, it's like because I live in such a high density place, it's like it makes no sense for me to have a car. Like, I mean, the cars that park on the side of the street here, like, I mean, if you're parking here for too long, you're getting your windows smashed in, and you're getting all your shit stolen. So, I do have garage parking, but it's that is several $100s a month on top of the car payments I would have to be paying. So, I gave up my car right around the time that I moved into the city. So, I mean, at this point now, it's just like I'll just go down when I see that the tracking says delivered. It's like I'll just keep a close eye. Like, I know I buy a lot of packages, so I'll constantly be keeping a close eye on all the tracking, and I'll just get it when I see any, like, I get any text notification from stuff like Amazon or email notification. Constantly watching the tracking. When it says delivered, I'm down there. All right, let's see. I kind of realized too late, but like all these raffles that you don't win most of the times, one-off vendors, etc., you're getting your address, name, and number, kind of sus. Thank God I've never entered those raffles before. I never intend to. Interesting. I entered the Midway raffle. I don't know if you really call these raffles more than you call them draws. Like End Clothing calls them draws whenever they have like some hype shoe or jacket or whatever. Raffle is kind of like, whenever I think of raffle, I think of like, oh, you pay in money to like win something. And then on the other hand, there's like a giveaway, which is like you pay nothing at all and then you win something. I think draw is like the best word where it's like, hey, you're entered into a drawing for a chance to buy something. Which again, I don't know the legality of that, but I entered the draw for the midway earlier, and I don't know if they're just gonna be slow at invoicing over the next 2-3 days, but like, you know, I'm not. Part of me is like, I'm not holding my breath for this. It's like I really want like a midway, like an HHKB, but it's like, I mean, what, they have like a something like a 25% chance. I think they said there was like 600 some participants, and maybe about 125 or something like that boards to go around. So I'd love to be able to have one, me being an HHKB guy, and seeing what they provided. The Midway is actually a really interesting board because it's not often that I have seen an HHKB layout specifically done with like an O-ring gasket mount. Like usually all these O-ring gaskets are like you sit it in like a tray, like the unicorn and just whatever else is out there. But I feel like I haven't seen many O-ring mount HHKB layout boards. Did the raffle close? Yeah, I think it was up from like noon to 6 Pacific earlier today. I was like thinking about trying to get like ask friends for, you know, if they wanted to enter for me. But a couple things, I didn't want to be that guy that's like taking spots from others. And on top of that, it's like I didn't also want to have to deal with, you know, what if we all won? And then on top of that, as much as I really, really want a midway, it's kind of like, whew, I've been buying a lot of stuff lately. Like I think I might need to just like chill in terms of like around this time right now. Like it's like getting one now is like, it's like really bad spending habits. Like possibly worse so than getting one aftermarket whenever it might arrive. We'll see. We'll see the situation. Need that HHKB luck, man. I need that midway luck. Wait and get my Hey, Gok, welcome. Welcome. I'm guessing you're getting like you're putting together some kind of teasing a little O-ring HHKB. Gok, welcome. Appreciate you being here. Hey, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get that. It's gonna be PCB mount. Okay, right on. Ooh, PCB mount. That's gonna be interesting. That's cool. So good to hear from you again, Gok. Congratulations, Gok, on you know, the what is it, the 7V completing. I think that's like, I think, you know what I think is, I'll be honest here in saying that like I respect you know, everything about like the keywords. Like let me reword this. I remember hearing this from Norbauer, is that part of the artistry of, you know, keyboard design, you know, as it is like in the, you know, the world of keyboards today, is like the distribution and seeing it to completion. So I feel like anytime something just finishes, it's like, I don't know, that's super sick. It's easy to start something that's really hard to follow through and bring it to completion. Yeah, for sure. For sure. That's part of your art. Whenever you have something, for sure. Frank, if you're still around, speaking of that, what if Ivan Ivanovich has a redemption arc? Ooh. What was it on? Was it the Miami Nights? It's like I actually didn't buy in on that. And I mean, in retrospect, glad, but I'm still a victim to oh, Dolch. What if Ivan's running under an alias? I'm a victim to GH60. So, man, that's a whole thing. Let me get back to it though. Frank, yes, what can I do for you, Chris? Frank, you know, so, oh man, Frank, I'm just like publicly talking about this over stream here, but it's just that like, I've teased now for just like, maybe like 2 weeks now, that I'm gonna be running an event next month, and I'm just like, how do I put this? I've teased that an event for next month exists, but I'm wondering when I'm supposed to be relaying more details than that. There's a lot of things that's just already like so many things in motion, so many things that have happened. Yeah, the event. But it's like I literally like I'm looking at this like I don't have any promo material ready. Date, time, location would be very first and should come out ASAP. Okay. So like in terms of like I have no such design materials right now. But it's like I don't know if like should I say these things out loud? Like should I tease it a little bit more? Or should I have like a big ol' I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a month away. It's a little less than a month away now. We're about 3 weeks away. Yeah, I think it's 3 weeks away today. Am I too late already? There's a lot of details that are already hammered out, I think. But there's also, we're still prepping. I am too old to plan something that soon. You gotta at least let people know it's happening when and where and what. There's a few people in here. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to start spreading it, like, or if am I supposed to wait for a bigger audience? Like, what do I do? I guess I could drop it into, the Discord. My Discord and the other Discord. Should I be waiting? Should I be waiting for a raid to come in so that I have some type of audience to speak it to? Event leaks. Get some leaks. Here's a reality. And I've said this already, but for anyone who might not have heard it, every stream that I've done in the last 2 weeks, including today and including the coming the coming streams, is all in preparation. These are all actually intentional streams to prepare for this event. Ooh, oh. I know what event you're talking about, bruh. Yes. Breakout. The new. Zzz. What the fuck? Bruh. So this is what I was saying. You think I'm too late. Alright. Is this the audience? Is this the night where we give it all out? Just write it down on a paper or something? No. Not too late. Write it down on paper. You know, actually what I wanted to do, oh shit. What I wanted to do was actually make a simple image file. It's too late if you leave before you announce it. Post it on Discord and Instagram. Huh. What I actually wanted to do, I don't know if this is like ridiculous, is like I actually wanted to probably do something like Thursday's stream of slowly but surely writing up the actual flyer on stream so that you guys see the details one by one. And I'll just make the flyer live on stream. But Gok, your question of your first subathon, the answer to that is complicated. Which is kind of why it's complicated, which is why I'm like failing to release the details as it is. But from the sounds of it, Frank wants me to get out this information quick, fast. So we'll take some time. Who knows? Maybe it'll be tomorrow. I wanted to do some more Alp stuff tomorrow. If you already have all the details, it's like, why wait? Ooh. Oh, we're almost done. Start work on the digital flyer. Yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it live on stream. And also, maybe it won't even last the whole stream, so it's like I can still do all the Alp stuff that I've been intending. Let's do it. I don't understand any of this. Druas, so the situation then. The situation we got in front of us. I'm hosting an event next month. Frank knows a little bit about the event. Or he knows a bit about the event. And I've been dragging my feet on releasing these details. I've been teasing that there is an event next month, but I've given basically no details. It's been pretty. I've kept things pretty hush hush with myself and my mod team. Pretty hush. But it sounds like under Frank's advisory, we might make a little announcement tomorrow. We'll do a live on stream. Provided that I stream tomorrow. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be streaming tomorrow. We'll do a live on stream. We'll do more of this Alp stuff. Whether it be another coat of lube here, which has taken me... these stems been about an hour and a half. Looks like we're on the last one here. Alrighty. That concludes all the stems. And I think that this is the hardest part. I still need to do the top housings. So I'm just gonna put that on the side, and luckily that glue is so strong that it's just gonna stick there. But here's a bunch of top housings, and I also have two control switches. There's all these top housings, but fortunately, it's like I don't think these are gonna be quite as hard to do because it's like I don't have to worry about touching this. Like I don't know if it's like on me to like not keep these up, or to actually keep these upright properly, but maybe it doesn't matter, and maybe I can just like breeze through this real fast. So let's continue. We're about 2.5 hours into the stream. But guys, yeah, tune in tomorrow if you want to hear more details about this event. Till then, we're gonna be continuing along with lubing these housings with this RO59. Oh man, oh, my leg fell asleep. Alright, everything on screen is black, so let's bump up the ISO. Room temperature lubing or drying, so this will be ready for another coat tomorrow. Hope everyone's having a good day. We unboxed 5 packages tonight. Worked on lubing these green alps stems, and now we're working on these pine housings. And if this all goes well, then maybe like these like alps lubing streams aren't so bad, and maybe I can like just continue this as we go along over the next several days. I feel like this is like, especially these housings are easy. I don't know about you guys, but I find this a bit more interesting personally than MX lubing. Just throwing that out there. Don't know if anyone here agrees. I've never once seen anyone RO59 lube alps. So this is new to me. It might all be new to you. I could not quickly find anything on Google for anyone who's ever done videos or streams like this. Luckily, according to Ringer Keys, Moon Operator and Drew, as we appear to be doing the right thing. It's kind of all we can ask for. Tomorrow evening stream. Just as a spoiler again, we're going to be making a little bit of an announcement of this big old event next month. But in addition to that, we'll probably have about another 4 packages to open. And maybe continue the Alps lubing, and also a spoiler for one of the packages is going to be another set of switches, so we might try to also do some experimentation in Franken switching there too. Tomorrow's stream will probably be a bit later. Also, just as a heads up, some of you guys may have noticed, but I'll more explicitly say it. I've been quietly, and I'll just say this out loud now. It's like I've been quietly, but it's not so quiet anymore. I've been taking a pause on Splatoon streams lately. Um, and it's for a couple of reasons. I love Splatoon. I'm continuing to play Splatoon. In fact, this past Saturday was the first time I officially entered in a tournament with my team, the California Splatoon team, the name of our team. First time we actually joined a tournament, and we had a pretty nice finish. We finished 34th out of 118. So I'm pretty happy with how we finished. So I'm continuing to play, but there's just a couple reasons I've been pausing on the streams. It's a lot to set up. I always take forever to set up my streams. That's just the truth, and so it's a lot to set up. And so like I enjoy playing more than I like setting up for it. On top of that, it's just that I have so much keyboard stuff to like, do and catch up on. So it's like my streams have, especially like in the last couple of weeks, have been more geared towards keyboard stuff. And just because I'm trying to catch up here, and again, with all the intents of what's going on next month, we're getting it going. We're getting the ball rolling, getting some momentum here. Meanwhile, another thing too is that one of my teammates also streams Splatoon. So I think it makes a little bit more sense, I think, to not both be streaming it at the same exact time. At least for now, we're doing this little test run. So that way we're not necessarily splitting viewership, and then all of the Splatoon related chat can just be in one place, rather than having some viewers switch back and forth between these channels. So we're playing the same games. So yeah. I hope you guys have been enjoying the keyboard content the last couple weeks. We're going to continue along with it. We got to go it on. And I appreciate y'all being here for it. I'll also take some time to just explain the few things I always explain at the end of the stream. Let's do it. Hey, thank you, Frank. Appreciate that. So, real quick, I just want to shout this part out. I send all of the revenue I make from bits and subs to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. It's a wonderful organization, charity, that is within my community. If anybody here is interested in donating any bits or subscribing, you'll get the cool emotes. I think my emotes are sick as fuck. We got the rock horns, we got the 3D cool S, and we got the alien with the tongue sticking out. That also happens to have a 2D cool S on his forehead. If you are subscribed to me, as well as subscribe to Tim. I'm just shouting out Tim for almost no reason here. But if you're subscribed to both me and Tim at the same time, you can use his A emote along with my cool S emote to make some fun words. Like Moon is demonstrating now. So yeah, if you want to subscribe or donate, you can get some subscribe. You can get some access to these fun emotes that I personally really love. But also know that I'm gonna be sending over all of this, and you're actually, by supporting me, you're supporting my community, because I do send, I do drop in all of those as donations there. If you're interested in donating directly, so that you can get more bang for your buck on that donation and get that tax write-off as well, feel free to hit that charity command. That's the link that I use to drop in my own donations here from stream. So check that out if you so please. Appreciate that, Frank. Yeah, I was talking about this earlier with some other people. The boards you do are really unique. Moon, I appreciate you saying that. I really do appreciate you saying that. I think that the boards that I have and own definitely I quite like them because they are a bit different. And I appreciate you saying that, but I also want to recognize the reality. Again, I've said this part of it too, of an admission here, is that I've been milking some of this stuff like real hard. Like I've been milking that silly Alps party for like many streams, and I'm not bashful about saying that. It's been a curious thing that I've been on, but I also can recognize like you can only build a board so many times before like people, including myself, stop being interested. I feel like we have like one last final build in there, but who knows? I might mess things up again. So it may or may not be it. I saw you snipe that GMK Finder thing. It's been sanity. Welcome to the stream. I did. I got that big overpay, that big aftermarket overpay on Finder things. I've been meaning to, like I've been watching Finder things for such a long time. I've not been able to get in on any extras, unfortunately. So I know the price that I'm paying is like, I guess the one fortunate thing is that the aftermarket price today that I saw was not that different from the aftermarket prices I've been seeing. But it just kind of felt like it's time. Like it's kind of time to get it. So what's cool about it is that like we showed this off a little bit earlier, Vinsanity, but we got the Azure Ramakara as well as the Aztec Blue Cerakoted HB60. So we have some options here of things that it might match with. Might. 350 pretty standard aftermarket price for it. Yeah, the Cerakote should be nice. Yeah, we'll see about it. I think one thing is that like one reason why I've wanted to get finer things is because this is just silly enough, and I know that it's a point of contention here, but as I understand, the finer things color matching in people's opinions was really bad, but it ended up finishing as a color I like. So the people who might have originally bought in like might actually hate it, but I quite like what it ended off as, even if it wasn't expected. So with that said, it's like if they ever redo like an R2, I'm gonna guess it might not be exactly the same. Like it might be a correction, the same way that they kind of corrected Peaches and Cream with that Peaches and Cream Light, which is I think the light version was what people were expecting when they got the original PNC. So I wanted to do that. Meanwhile, I have no crazy attachment to the Rudy colorway. So like I love Rudy for what it is. I love sets that you can outfit to just be one singular color between mods and alphas. And so I love that Rudy is that. But I have no specific attachment to that navy color. And I know that they kind of got what I heard was that Navy's color or Rudy's color matching was also bad. And I also do know that they're supposed to be running an R2 on Rudy at the end of this year. So I'm just like, that one I can wait for. I can definitely wait for Rudy R2 when they get the color right, because again, I have no attachment to the R1 Rudy colors. I just wanted to say all that. 350 standard aftermarket price. I got it on PNC. Like, all right, right on. Dang, sounds like Arrival in 2025. What about Deep Navy? Deep Navy was like a little dark. I mean, like, I'll be honest, it's like the color that I'm looking for is like kind of like that dots color. Like that dots navy I quite like, which I think Rudy was, I think, a little bit darker than that, and I guess Deep Navy is even darker. Whenever I want to see Deep Navy in real life, I love to see all these things in real life, and so I kind of make these purchases. We'll kind of see how it goes. really want Dracula. I forget which one Dracula is. But just most of the challenges. Did you get it? I got the dandy. I got the white legends on green base dandy. Yep. I'll try whenever I see some kind of like white on something else, including like both alphas and the mods like same color. Those are sets that I like almost assuredly I'll really consider it. So I actually just picked up Lychee because it had the alternate mods kit to match the mods, or the alternate alphas kit to match the mods. So I just picked that up. So that'll come in like a year and a half. The one that's been 2 years in color matching after the IDE Dracula theme. Okay, right on. I gotta check that out. Lychee alphas are fire. Yeah. Bingsu, yeah. Gok, I'm gonna get in on Bingsu too. I didn't get on it the first time, but I'm gonna get in on that. You know what sucks is like they'll have alternate alphas, and then they'll also have alternate mods, but then it's still not enough for a full kit. Wonder how much I could get for those white alphas. Bingsu R2 and Botanical R2 are throwing a wrench in my budgeting. But yeah, so it's like yeah, Bingsu R2, like you get the Hangul alphas, and then like the alternate mods, it's just like shit, you're still missing stuff. Really felt the vocal minority won there. I think that like, yeah, I skipped. Okay, right on. I don't know. Maybe I'll be cool with just bass. Like, I think that's like another separate interesting thing too. Is like, how kitting works. And just like the separate topic of sublegending. Like, I think there are some people who really hate sublegends. And I think that like a lot of times there might be, or like, I don't know, I think there's this aversion to like, okay, why would you even sublegend this? Hangul only even worse. Talking Bingsu. Hangul alphas should be base and Latin should be alphas. Yeah, I'm excited to think about the alternate mods. That's what I'm like. I think did they offer alternate mods in R1? Because like I feel like, how infrequently have I seen that? Who would buy that shit? Is there something out there that has Hangul only like kitting? Like a separate kit for that? I'd be able to name a couple or 100. Yeah, I feel like I hadn't seen very many people rock, because I think R1 had alternate mods, like the alpha colored mods. Did it not? Let's take a look at that. Now I'm curious. Are my hands looby? GMK Bingsu. Is this the classic? Oh, you're right. Oh, okay. So yeah, the R2 alternate mods new, and I'm excited for it. Hell yeah. I wish R2 also had icons in base kit. I don't know, I'm kind of cool with whatever. The one thing that I think about is I feel like people I've been hearing, like, I just been getting like kind of the grumblings of people who are kind of frustrated by Omnitype's latest offerings for mods, because like those mod legends are like complete nonsense is what some people think. I think they're kind of interesting, but they are weird. It's like I see like the 1.5 unit backspace has an arrow and then like BKSP. It's like I'm looking at the ones that like are most applicable to me, and I mean it's bizarre. It's definitely bizarre. I ended up getting dual shot, but I don't think I'm getting in on botanical. The step caps is so squished. Yeah, step caps, like it looks a little funky, for sure. Yeah, got that backspace. I ended up getting dual shot, because I want dual shot. But I don't think I'm getting on botanical. I mean, like, I know that botanical is just like super hyped. Like everyone loves botanical, but I have no such attachment because it's not like, it doesn't blow my mind as a two-tone kit, and they don't offer the one-tone version. Yeah, and on top of that, like the weird legending, it's like that big combination is like, I'll probably pass. Botanical Desert gonna run full backspace with function on caps. I'll hate it that much, really, huh? Like, I think that there are definitely some two-tone kits. I know I've said it before, like when the alphas and the mods are different colors, I'm like not as big a fan. I mean, it's like it's gotta blow me away. It's definitely gotta blow me away if I do a key set like that. Like, I think beige, obviously, beige is a classic, so you'll run that. I'm in group buys for some two-tones, but like even then, like I've been recently looking at it, like I'm in like a no fewer than infinity billion group buys right now, so I feel like I can afford to get rid of what two tones that I'm in. Did you see GMK Astrolight very sell two tone? I feel like I peaked at that for a little bit. I think like from what I recall, I'll take a look at it again. It's like I can see how people would like it, but I think it still didn't tickle my fancy enough to want to go and get in. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, it is interesting for sure. But I'm just like, it's all right. Like, I'm in similar others. Moomin, yeah, Moomin's subtle too. I don't think I'm into the Moomin one. Like, I mean, first of all, I don't know much about Moomin, but I think the IP based stuff is like always gonna be interesting. But like, just looking at the colorway is like, I'm like, I'm good there too. What are your thoughts on GMK? Oh, GMK Rouge. Let's take a look at Rouge. I've seen this before. That like interesting like 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's, how do I put it? That one's interesting. I wouldn't. How do I put this? Like, I wouldn't go and try to find that like if it were like aftermarket prices. But it's interesting. If I got in at start, like maybe. I did see maroon. I'm looking out for maroon. It's funny. I'm looking out for maroon. I'm looking out for purple knights. I got in on lychee, and I'm gonna get in on Bingsu. And they all kind of like go sort of in that route. Perestroika, I did not get in on Perestroika. I'd seen it up for like the longest time, just like still available, and then I never got it. And then like in terms of like the post group buy phase pre-orders, and I don't think it appears to be available anymore. Also, separately, just real quickly, I feel like I don't know the last time I dipped this brush into that lube, so I don't know how much I've been lubing nothing on some of these. It's pretty cool. This cherry board had an actual heart on the legend for some reason, and it inspired the set. Oh, well, that's cool. I didn't know that. Earth Tones dropping. I think it just dropped today, so I'm gonna get in on that because I know it has a couple of kits. Like, what's really cool is that they got the Babain legends, but not in, like, still in the, opposite mod color. I might still get that just for the novelty of, like, actually being Filipino. Even though I might not use it. But yeah, the Oxidane Alphas is where it's at, though. Just because yeah, that's more my vibe there. Yeah. Hey, we finished it. That was quick. It's like, cause you can go through that like you're just lubing the rails, and you can like pay no mind because it's like you're not touching any of it. So like, that was quick. No? Crazy. Quicker than I thought. All right, so we're gonna do like one quick little last thing. And you guys might think this is a little, like, in many ways ridiculous. But we're gonna do one last thing for the night. And it's not even a thing we're gonna do. It's just something we're gonna look at. Alright, let's see. What do we have to redo the ones where you had no lube on the brush? Honestly, it's fine. Like, all of this is like, I'm gonna have to do this in another pass anyways, and I feel like the more and more layers you do, like, I'm gonna do like at least 2 more layers or 2 more passes on this. If I have some that are off, like, well, I'll just figure it out. Like, I think this is more than 60. So if there are some that feel worse than others, I'll just solder in a different one. And I'm gonna hope that, like, I have, like, enough extras to be perfect enough. Okay, so guys, one last thing. So pretty much over a year ago, and I know that this is ridiculous, over a year ago I had bought this from eBay off a seller. It's like someone who like put together, hold on, they put this together. Like, they just mixed their own gel solution for retro brighting. Like, I know that you can just do it, but like, it's just like, I think at that time, I was just like too lazy to really figure out and gather all the materials when I could just buy it off some guy on eBay. And I guess this guy on eBay is like doing it for shoes, like sneakers, like restoring sneakers. But I'm sure and I hope that it's kind of the same. Now, the thing is, this is a big ass bottle. And I guess I do have things that are yellowed, but I only have one thing that's yellowed that's like a priority, which is my AEK spacebar. So I want to be able to use this on this, but I'm going to have a lot of extras, and there's also this powder taped to it. I have these like old, super old white on black cherry keycaps that are super shine, so I can actually go and grab that too. So I'll show that off. Also, I realized you guys have seen it a million times. I've kept this on screen here, these like kid scissors. Got these little kitty scissors that I use for everything, so I realize that's been on stream this whole time. I'm gonna grab this board here. Give me a second. In my pantry, I have to like remove and put back all the stuff in this cave here. Ooh. Ooh. Alright, gotta be sure not to show this because this box has my address on it. The container kind of looks like the floppy one that QP mail comes in. It does. Also, shouts out to Moon for using that song command. No one ever uses it, but that's because at this point, every song now is by Harris Heller. And also, you can see the song down in the ticker below. All right, take a look at this. We also got this situation. This is a Litster stacked acrylic phantom. This is, I think, one of the first instances I know of stacked acrylic actually being used. I think this preceded me. Like, this was like probably like 2011-ish. Fixed USB cable. Oh my god. I almost tipped over the lube. Almost tipped over the lube. So yeah, the Phantom was the name of another PCB, not the recent 65% Phantom keyboard, but the Phantom was a Philco replacement PCB. So it follows that sort of Philco design where there's like kind of a really big gap in between the num row and the F row. And it just kind of matches all of the sort of OEM style PCBs. I think you were showing this board the first time. It's right on. Fixed USB cable. I think that it's not fixed, but I use it like it's fixed. So there's like I think there's like a mini USB, entry in there, and then I put in this cable in here. That's a nice stacked acrylic. Yeah, it is. It is nice. So what's interesting about it is, if anyone's curious about the design, see if I can get a good shot of this. Is that the stacks, like, they come down for the feet. Yeah, the TNT inside the Phantom has a detachable. Yeah. So the stacks come down to the feet, and so the screws that are used for this portion of it are longer than the screws used for this portion of it. So it's just like, it's an interesting design. It's also got like a cool, it's a little harder to see, but red translucent middle layers as well. So it's a cool thing. Meanwhile, another thing I wanted to be able to show off here is, there's a few things here. But you guys can probably just like see it off the bat here. Let's bring this up a little bit. Super shiny, like OG cherry double shots. Was it this one? I think it might have been. Oh yeah, like these guys right here, the navigation cluster, the F row, they're all like, the legends are all yellowed. The alphas and stuff, they're pretty white, but they're also super shine. I think number 4 is also super yellow for some reason. I think I just like Frankenstein all of these. Separately, what's cool too is pre like GMK, I considered like getting this was actually really quite hard, this bottom row. 1.5 unit and 7 unit space-bars for mods were actually quite a bit harder to find on OG cherry white on black. So that was kind of like a crazy issue. But more specifically, these guys right here, Windows 95 pad printed 1 unit, like Windows 95 logo keys, 1 unit bottom row. These are really hard to find. Like, I feel like there was always like the Windows Vista or just like whatever came later, but this specific logo here was just like, I think I ended up having to message someone because I'm just like, where the fuck you get those? Can I buy those off you? And then the guy actually agreed. I was looking for these for a really long time. I don't even know where they would have come from. So yeah. Another thing that is also probably worthwhile to show. Let's grab this. All right, I want to make sure put these on the ground. Probably should put these somewhere else. Okay. He made them himself. All right, real quick. We got, I don't know if you saw that stack. These appear to be cherry blues, but they're jailhoused. and I don't think that I jailhoused them very consistently. And I also hate the short travel. I really don't like these, I'll be honest. I find them really bad. Um, I'd love an opportunity jailhoused. Yeah, so did you use J spacers? No. J spacers did not exist when I did this. This was like this procedure. There's like always like these discussions by I think like might have been like Photo Electric or Leslie Ann. I think this actually the idea I got this from was from Kangaroo. Kangaroo was like a homie. He always had some pretty sick stuff, and then I would always just buy stuff off him, just like his kind of scraps, things he was done with. But Kangaroo was a little funny because I think some of what was going around was this idea of using like copper wire, like of a certain grade or thickness, to just like sit in as spacers. I was super budget at the time, and so I follow what Kangaroo did, and you could probably find like his posts on it. He literally cut up little bits of expired old credit cards, and you had to like basically cut him consistently enough so that you can basically plug them in on both sides of the stem spacer. It's just like super ghetto, I recognize, but you had to do them consistently enough so that like they were even on both sides of like spacing in between the stem and the actual slider, and you had to do them consistently enough within each switch and across different switches. Why not just use O-rings? I don't know. I feel like that was an idea that I kind of had at the time, but I don't know. I don't know why I do anything. I don't know why I did anything back then, and I don't know why I do anything today. So, you know, why not just use O-rings? It's a great question. I don't have an answer to that. I think maybe I just wanted to be like my hero, Kangaroo. Kangaroo also, he bolt modded and teensy modded the SSK I bought from him. So that was cool. Shit, that white on black looks nice. It's shiny. So yeah, anyways, so here's what I'm saying. The AEK spacebar still in a box over there. I'm not gonna pull that out. I already pulled out this guy. But that plus the legends on these white on black FRO num or like FRO navigation cluster and arrow keys are just, they're all yellowed. I don't know if I should use retro bright on this guy, on these guys. Do you guys have any clue if that's okay? Does it just whiten the white legends, or will it ruin the black? I have no idea. But that's like, that would be my only other option of what I would do with this entire Kewpie Mayo bottle-sized bottle of retro bright that I bought from this dude. What do you guys think? Let me know. Meanwhile, I'll take a look here. And he left me these instructions, which fortunately don't have any address information. Retrobrite just strips a small layer of ABS off to whiten, I think. So what if you're stripping off black? If you're stripping off black, is that like, it's just stripping off black down into more black? That's okay? Also, what happens when you retro bright something shiny? Does it stay shiny if it strips off that layer? Curious about that too. All right, so this is what these instructions. Maybe darken this again in case anyone wants to read this. Probably it's like microscopic anyways. Before again, I'd like to thank you for buying this item from me. I assure you this gel will help if you follow these instructions given to you. This is all you'll need. Separate bowl, mixing utensils, see-through plastic wrap for the outsole. This guy was selling Retrobrite for the purposes of shoes. Outsole / resist drying. Part or shoe. I guess he knows that people might not use this just for shoes. He says part. Retrobrite gel, a hard bristle brush like a toothbrush. UV light or sun. I'm gonna grab some of these things. Maybe I'll go out tomorrow and get some of this stuff. Clean the shoe slash part. This is a very important step of this process. Make sure you thoroughly clean the part slash outsole. Okay, seems easy. Heat the gel. So you gotta heat this bottle, no more than 20 seconds. It loosens up the gel, makes it easier to apply. Squeeze out the gel from the bottle into a bowl of some kind. After that, mix. Wait, hang on. Squeeze out the gel from the bottle into a bowl and then mix to create an even gel with a utensil, and then mix the OxiClean, which I guess is what this powder is. I hope. Right before applying the outsole, mix in the OxiClean vigorously. This acts like a catalyst, which will help de-yellow your part slash outsole. Painting time. Paint onto the yellowed outsole part. Wrap the bottom of the shoe in plastic wrap. Leave in bright sunlight for 8 hours or until entirely yellowed. So I guess I gotta do this. Waving your lotion. Metal keyboards, welcome back. OxiClean. I guess OxiClean, they say it's a catalyst of some kind. We're trying to figure out how to use this Retro Bright. I bought this a year ago from some dude on eBay. I never used it, and I'm just trying to whiten up an AK spacebar. UV light or sunlight, preferably the UV light, for 8 hours or until entirely de-yellowed. Reapply the paste when necessary to prevent it from drying out. When finished, simply wash the outsole thoroughly with warm water to remove any residue. I remember thinking that like Retro Bright was like really extreme. So I'm gonna guess that like I should probably get some gloves too. Don't mix up your lotion with the hand sanitizer. So yeah. I guess we'll do this in a daytime at some point. I might do this like off stream. I know that like I remember one time I was chatting with Lightning Keyboards, Diego, our good friend. He was mentioning that all he did was bleaching the, it's a space bar from this old Apple extended keyboard. There's like the space bar they keep as ABS because it doesn't warp, but all the rest of the keys are PBT. So the PBT, none of that yellows, but the space bar, you know, it stays in shape, you know, well enough, but it just turned yellow over all the many years. So I'm trying to whiten that back up if the idea behind this is stripping off like a layer of ABS. Is that why some keys yellow but others don't? Yeah, exactly. So it's because it's an ABS. So I remember Lightning Keyboards said that all he did was take literal just like regular hydrogen peroxide and then dunked a spacebar in it and then put it in heat, like used a sous vide to get it warm. Now what was weird was I swear that I've done a situation where I've put it in hydrogen peroxide and I put it out in the sun. But it didn't do anything. It just, everything just stayed yellow. I've done that with that spacebar specifically in the past. So I am curious to sort of see and find out, like, well, does a sous vide do it? I already have this. I might as well just try this. Yeah. Doesn't the old ABS yellow badly because it used to have fire retardant stuff in it? Does it? I don't know. I wonder if it's because you need a lot of UV. Maybe, but it's like, you know, keeping out in sunlight. I don't know if it did much. I wonder then too how Lightning was able to do it with basically without any UV. Hydrogen peroxide needs to be a higher concentration to have a bleaching effect. Okay, so maybe you just got some super powerful hydrogen peroxide. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah. Okay, so there are the instructions. Okay, so what do I need? I don't think I have any spare toothbrushes. I probably need some gloves. So maybe I gotta get that. Other than that, I think we're good. I think the only other thing really to do is just make sure I do this in the daytime. Now I guess what's kind of crazy is that like he put in a little baggie of OxyClean that I'm guessing you're probably supposed to use with the whole bottle. But I'm not gonna use this whole bottle, you know? Moon, how about to bed? Thanks for streaming. Fun as always. Hey, Moon, thank you again for being here. I appreciate you as always. Metal keyboards, typical concentration is like 5%. For bleaching, you need like 20 or 30. Okay, right on. People use salon cream for retro bright, so you don't need that high of a concentration. Okay. I remember I ended up buying this off a guy. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this whole spacebar thing. This was like over a year ago. I think it was like last June, and I just never did it. And I was like, I bought this whole 8-ounce bottle knowing I was only gonna use it for an AEK. But it was because the guy didn't offer anything that was like a smaller size. Higher concentration, you'll be reactive with some metals. Oh, okay. I think another thing too was like I was planning on getting more AEK key sets and trying to do more AEK layouts, but you know, my tastes change. I don't just want AEKs for everything. So, all right. I think we otherwise got everything. So we have a bowl, we have a utensil, we have plastic wrap, we have my space bar, we have the gel. So I just need the brush and I probably need some gloves because I don't know how powerful this is. So, all right, sick. My space bar. You don't think you need a brush? But do I need gloves? I shouldn't just be spreading this in my hands, right? Oh, this is not even plugged in. I don't know. I was trying to use that. All right, who we got on tonight? Let's take a look. You just spread it on, leave some plastic all over it, leave it outside. Yeah. And luckily, like in the last 3 years, I've been living in a place where there's more sun than where I was living like the 7 years before. So we good. We good. Ooh, there's quite a few folks on here tonight, right? Doing some keyboard content, I see. Got a few folks on here. Anybody you guys suggest we raid? Nothing wrong with gloves. Yeah, I'm gonna go look. Maybe I have some gloves somewhere. I think I do. So we should be all right. But maybe I'll just go and check. See if I need to buy anything. I probably need to buy some spare toothbrushes for cleaning shit anyways. I used to get these free dentist toothbrushes from work. It's just like, oh, make sure you go to the dentist. They give you like these free toothbrushes, and I'd always use that for cleaning shit. But I guess I haven't recently. Who we got on? Salty Nutted. Salty Nutted on. I don't know if I've rated Salty Nutted before. Also, I don't think I'm following him. Who else? We also got Kerbal. He's working on a Lily 58. Iwanu. He's also doing a little sum as well. Iwanu is already rated by Tim. Okay, right on. Okay, let's go with Salty. Salty Nutted. Alright, let's do it. Alright, guys. So, as usual, we'll punch these guys in. Check out my Discord for updates and all that when I go live. I got this film photography service. I just had done some client scans recently. Development and scans there. So, check that out. We got some good prices out on there. And finally, like I mentioned earlier, bits and subs go to the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. But if you want to donate directly to them, check out that link in the chat. All right, guys, we're gonna try to be back tomorrow. We're gonna do more of this Alp stuff. We're gonna see what we still need to be able to do, open up more packages, and we're gonna have that big old announcement that I was sort of explaining. We're gonna do that all on stream. So, guys, again, I appreciate it. Good night from San Francisco, everybody. We're gonna be rating Salty Nutted. Night, guys. Wait, what's happening? Hold break, hold ups? Wait, what's happening? Frank, is something going on? Is Salty Nutted ending? Is that what's happening? Gotta find a new victim. Okay, we'll do Kerball then. Kerball is maybe about an hour in. I think he may have followed. Oh, Toby? Toby on? Oh, he is on. He just started, didn't he? All right. I mean, then on your recommendation, we'll go with Toby. All right, we're rating Toby, guys. Good night.